afternoon from Los Angeles, and welcome to Stock Market Today, sponsored by Interactive Brokers. On today's show, we're going to be taking a look at the charts of Trade Desk as well as Universal Display and Burlington Stores. But first, let's take a look at the major indexes. It's Alyssa Quorum here. Today, I'm joined by Ed Carson. And Ed, we saw losses across the board for the major indexes, weakening a little bit into the close, even though we had come off of the morning's lows. But I guess let's put this into a broader perspective here, even though we did see relatively significant losses for the day.
Yeah, I mean, the market has been running up pretty much all quarter, and it's a really strong year. We're just coming down to the 10-day line. That's a little green line that you see trailing the NASDAQ composite. Same with the S&P and Dow for the most part. Arguably we could see a pullback to the 50-day line. Not saying we will, but we could, and that would be normal, and there would nothing be really wrong with it. Hopefully not right away, but you could see a pullback. So in that context, I mean, you have to be ready for it. You have to consider, how are my stocks? Are they really stocks I want to hold? There's often a little bit of selling in January with a tax gain, because people might be saying, I'm going to hold off till January, then I'm going to sell, then I don't have to pay my taxes for a year. That would be the situation. But, generally, everything's looking good. This actually could be very healthy.
Right. And at the beginning of the month, we were talking about how the NASDAQ was finding support at the 21-day, and we're still holding well above that even, with getting support at the 10-day line. But we'll definitely keep an eye on the action of the major indexes from here as we head into the end of the year. But we want to take a look at some individual names, starting off with Trade Desk. The ticker there is TTD, and that stock falling hard today, closing down over 7% in above average turnover shortly after an attempted breakout.
Yeah, it broke out, I think, on Thursday last week. The breakout was an above average volume, but the volume today was much heavier than that breakout attempt. And, this stock, you can't quite see the left-hand side, but there was that big break a few weeks ago, and that was just part of the handle. It is a wild stock. Breakouts during the holiday season are a little bit iffy. Are all the institutions in there buying or selling like they would? It's just something to be watching for. It's not at a automatic sell area, but this is not positive action. That heavy selling, in above average volume like that, it's just, especially if you expect the market to continue to pull back, or say that's fairly likely, there could be more losses to come. So.
Yeah, that's right. And we did see it close at the low of the day, under the 21-day. And like you said, we've known this to be a bit of a volatile stock. So you definitely want to keep the personality of a stock in mind when you are looking to buy. All right, and moving on, we want to check in with Universal Display, ticker OLED. That stock falling about 2.3% in above average turnover, testing a buy point. Now, the breakout for this one looked a bit stronger, I'd say, in comparison.
Yeah, this one had really strong volume on its breakout, and it fell off, I think, in above average volume today, but less than the breakout. So that's definitely positive. Stock reacted, better today, found support around the 10-day line. I think it was right around the buy point was where it closed. So this one, it's acting fairly normally. This is, while you never want to see your stocks fall, especially if they fall below where you paid for it. But this action today is fairly normal and not that worrisome by itself.
Yeah, that's right. We do see a lot of stocks pulling back to or even below the buy point after a breakout. But nice to see that support at that shorter term moving average closing right around that buy point, as Ed mentioned. So we'll definitely keep an eye on this one as well. And pivoting last but not least to Burlington Stores, we've been keeping our eye on this one for a while, as it's been trading in a tight range after moving big on earnings at the end of November, about a month ago, and it's now, after a gain of about 1.5% today, approaching a new buy point.
Yeah, it actually just briefly hit an all-time high, but did not hit the buy point quite. Didn't get 10 cents above that old high. The only thing to really give pause is that it had this big surge on earnings, and then it didn't move. Maybe will it move that much? Sort of like Target. It looks a lot like Target, only Target is above the buy point. But we also have TJX, which is another one looking a lot like it, which is nice to see. Like nice to see those off-price and those discounters like Target, Raw stores, sort of moving towards a 4 weeks tight. There's a lot of positive action. This is sort of one of those. All the off-price chains are really sort of like long-term leaders, which we've been paying more attention to. If you look on this on a monthly chart, it does really well versus the S&P. It may seem slow at times. It's not this exciting fiber optic, chip 5G play. make a lot of money there. Oh, thank you very much. And it's just a really nice performance. That's, the purple line down below is the RS line. It's just been a long time leader, looking good here. It'll be interesting to see how holiday sales come. We've gotten some indications, but not too specific. So it'll be, as that comes out, that news could affect the stock in the coming weeks.
Yeah, that's right. And that consolidation over Q4 of last year and into the beginning of this year did reset the base count. So even though this has been a steady gainer for a long time, this new buy area wouldn't be considered a late stage base, which we would be more wary of since late stage bases have a higher likelihood of failing.
That's right. That's a really good point.
All right, everyone. That's it for today. We're keeping an eye on Burlington as well as Universal Display and Trade Desk. But we do want to let you know that you will get even more detailed analysis of what we are watching every day through IBD Live. So give us a little bit of your thoughts on IBD Live, Ed.
It's really that collaborative feel where with a lot of us talking about how stocks are acting, the market action, but actionable stocks. We were talking about Trade Desk on Universal Display when they were breaking out, and doing analysis on the pros and cons right then, and and today as they're coming back down. So you can be in your own little zone, and this helps you get that collaborative feel that you might be missing, working on yourself.
Exactly, helping you through stocks that are setting up, breaking out, and then how they're acting after breakouts, all which is very key. So you can check out, if you haven't already, a free trial at investors.com/IBD Live. And you can check out all of our content across social media, whether that's on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or Twitter. Now, we do have a live stream of this show on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, so make sure you check that out if you have not watched our show live. And with that, we will see you right back here tomorrow.